Yes, that's right. I've bought the Anki remote. I've seen so many students at university really just hyping this thing up. Apparently it does help with speeding up your Anki reviews and also improves your posture. Now, as someone who has used Anki for over 1,000 days now, I wanted to see if this Anki remote is worth the investment. Because if it does really help speed up your reviews, then it will save me a lot of time. So in this video, we'll be unboxing the Anki remote, setting it up and using it in Anki, and just see, is it worth the investment? Okay, so this is the Anki remote right here, and it's a lot smaller than I expected, which I guess is a good thing for portability. Okay, so let's open it up and see what's inside. Okay, yep, there we go. So it comes with this strap thing, and there we go. That's the Anki remote. Also comes with a USB-A to USB-C charging cable, and also comes with just the standard manual. So first impressions, starting with build quality. Now when holding this for the first time, it does feel pretty cheap because it is mostly just made out of plastic, but that does make it really lightweight, making it easy to hold, especially for like long Anki sessions. And the button layout is the same as just a normal Nintendo Switch controller. But the thing that surprised me the most is the size. It is a lot smaller than what I expected, but that's good for portability, which is important if you're going to be using this Anki remote whenever you have your Anki sessions. Okay, so now let's get this thing set up. Now to set up the controller for Anki, the first thing you need to do is to press the home button, which is this button right here. So you click on that and you should start seeing a blue flashing light. After that, you need to now go to this part of the controller and you want to switch it to the K option. This is just the keyboard option which will let you map the buttons. Now what you need to do is to now pair the controller to your device. To do that, you just hold down onto this button for a few seconds, so do that now. And you keep holding it until you start seeing this flashing light right here. Now what you have to do is go to your device and go to your Bluetooth settings and connect the controller. Okay, and once you connect, the light should become solid. That means the controller is now connected to your main device. So now your next step is to now download the 8-Bit Duo Ultimate software. I'll leave a link in the description so you're able to download it. But if you're not able to find it, just search 8-Bit Duo Ultimate software and it should be the first thing that comes up. So this is what the website looks like. Now what you have to do is now just scroll down until you see the microcontroller option. Okay, so right here I can see one. If you're using a MacBook, then download the Ultimate software for iOS. But if you're on Windows, then you should download the Android version for it. Okay, since I'm using a MacBook, I'm going to download the iOS version. So I'm going to click on it and it takes me to this app store. Now what you need to do is just click on this button here and it'll take me to the app store. And this is where you can download the software. Now once you downloaded it, just open the software and you should have something that looks like this. Now since we already have our controller connected, your controller should just pop up like that and you just have to click the home button again. And as you can see, you've got the controller right here and now you can start mapping your buttons. Now I've already mapped my buttons, so what I did is, assuming if I'm going to use my controller horizontally, like holding it like this, I've mapped it so that my top button just reveals the flash card, the left just means again, the right means that the flash card I found was hard, and then the bottom part of the D-pad is just hard as well. For the minus symbol, I've chosen that as suspend card, which is just the @ symbol. And then for the star logo, I've made that the undo function. So if I maybe press the wrong button when reviewing a flashcard, I can just press this and it'll take me back to the original flashcard. It also works with if I suspend the card accidentally, it will also unsuspend it. So it just undoes anything. And all the other buttons, I haven't mapped it to anything yet. As you can see, I've mapped it to slash since it doesn't do anything in Anki. just to prevent any misclicks with those buttons. Now, my button mapping might change over time as I use my Anki remote a lot more often, but for now I would say this will help me get started with using the Anki remote. So if you're unsure on what to map the buttons, you could try my layout and see if it works for you. Now I'm going to use this Anki remote for the next week, and I would let you know if it really helps with just improving your posture and also just speeding up your Anki reviews. So I'll see you in 1 week. So I've been using the Anki remote for over a week now, and I think the best way to review it is to do a pros and cons list. Starting with the pros, the first thing I've noticed when I started using the Anki remote for my Anki reviews is that my posture has actually improved a lot. Instead of just like hunching over and doing my Anki reviews, I'm sitting back a lot more. Another thing I've noticed is that I don't need to always have my hand on the keyboard, which definitely reduced the chance of me getting hand strain since I do my Anki reviews over a long period of time. The other benefit of using the Anki remote is that my reviews were a lot faster compared to just using the keyboard alone, and I think it's because there's just a bit less friction reviewing the Anki flashcards using the remote over the keyboard. The other benefit of the Anki remote is that it's pretty small, making it really portable, and I found this really helpful because I actually like bringing the Anki remote with me when I go to lectures, because I usually go to the library right after so I can use it then. And another benefit of using this Anki remote specifically is that it's really easy to set up. As I've shown in the video, there's a specific keyboard setting and you can easily just assign each button with a specific value or a specific key. So you don't need to stress if it will work or not with Anki. Okay, so now starting with the cons now. The biggest con I would say is the price. So when I bought my Anki remote, it was listed for around £17. And for what it is definitely a bit overpriced, because just holding it in my hand, the materials does feel a bit cheap since it is just mostly plastic. But it does mean that it is very lightweight, which is good for long Anki sessions. Another con of the Anki remote is the battery life. So I've been using the Anki remote for a bit over a week, and that's when the battery was low and I need to recharge it. And this just means that I need to recharge the Anki remote every single week, which can be a bit of a pain, especially if you do forget to charge it. And another con of the Anki remote is that this isn't the only controller you could use for Anki. You could use any Bluetooth controller really, like a PS4 controller, Xbox controller that you may have lying around at home, and I would say definitely just go with that if you're not thinking of taking the remote with you anywhere, and portability isn't that much of a necessity. Okay, so then who is the Anki remote for? I would say it's for people that do Anki really consistently, like every single day, because that's when you will actually feel the benefits of improved ergonomics and just improved posture overall. And people who don't need the Anki remote, I would say it's for casual users, people who aren't consistent with Anki, because you won't feel the benefits as much compared to someone that uses Anki a lot longer and a lot more consistently. Okay, so in my opinion, what do I think of the Anki remote? Is it worth it? I would say after using it for a bit over a week, I would say it's definitely worth it for me. Since I do Anki consistently and every single day, I have noticed that it improved my posture, and especially with reducing wrist discomfort, which I experienced a bit when just having my hand on the keyboard the entire time. I've also noticed that it did actually improve how quickly I go through my Anki reviews, which is a really big benefit for me, as it means I'll have more time to do other things. If you're on the fence on whether you should get the Anki remote or not, I would say just look at how often you use Anki and for how long. If you don't use Anki every single day, or you don't use Anki often, then I would say it's not worth it. But if you do and you have lots of reviews that you need to do often, then I would say it's worth it, especially if you have issues with posture and wrist discomfort, and if you want to go through your reviews faster as well. So that's my review on the Anki remote. Do let me know if you found it helpful, and if you got any questions, do let me know in the comments. If you want to see more videos like this, then make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.